Could you put Bigg Bump on screen with me too? And we're off. It is Monday, September 4th, 2023 AD, Anno Domini, the year of our Lord. And it's 9:01 a.m. U.S. Pacific Daylight Time. And we have Bigg Bump with us. Bigg Bump is co-hosting with Hake today.
Nice. Good morning.
Good morning, man.
Good morning.
Happy Communist Day, as JLP called it.
Right. Happy Communist Day.
What are we going to talk about this morning? I have some notes down.
Yeah. Few things that I came across last night, past couple of days that took my attention was CalTech, the college in Pasadena, getting rid of calculus as a criteria to apply, and they have a workaround for it now. That was one thing, which is crazy.
Yeah.
The Chicago mayor blaming the car companies for the rise in of car theft. You know, the
he was blaming Kia, right?
Kia and Hyundai, whatever. Yeah. So
blame the Asians.
Yeah. So that also some people being possessed that I seen a while ago, and it's weird that how people can get in their heads and live there. To me, it seems that they're living there. They're possessed totally.
Yeah.
So, a few other things, but those are the crux.
All right, that sounds good. Yeah, I saw one of the possession ones that you.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. And they're putting it on social media.
Yeah, that's the part that's throwing me off. I'm like, you're gonna show people your issues like that?
Have some respect for the people.
Yeah.
But people, that's the way now. It's let it all hang out.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Right. Yeah.
So all that, guys, and your calls. Bigg Bump is with me for 2 hours today. We have Joel Friday TV right after Hake for a special Monday show. Joel Friday TV is normally on Tuesdays. And then, of course, American Anchor Baby, live at noon Pacific time. So all that and your calls, guys. But anyway, everybody, let's get right on with the show.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's the Hake Report. The Hake Report. La la la. Oh, it's the Hake Report. The Hake Report. La la la.
Hey, guys!
Oh, it's the Hake Report. The Hake Report. La la la. Oh, it's the Hake Report. The Hake Report. La la la.
So, how you guys doing? I am fine. I am wearing my one of my Forest Home t-shirts. I have many now. I've accumulated a number of them. It's the green one with the yellow print. It's cool. I like it. And on the back it might say Forest Home. Yep, it says Forest Home, something like that.
Outfitters.
Christian Family Camp. Yeah, Forest Home Outfitters. And Bigg Bump is with me, and he's wearing a West Side handprint t-shirt that says Streetwise.
Streetwise, yeah, local, L.A.
Am I going to get
company.
shot if I do that hand signal?
No, you'll be okay.
So it's the fingers, and it makes a W-looking thing.
Yeah.
Fingers. You put the middle finger and the ring finger together, like cross them, and you put the pointer and the pinky out, like to make a W for the podcast listeners.
4 fingers up with a twist in the middle.
Yeah, there you go. And it means West Side. And I'll be okay because I'm on the West Side.
Right. Literally.
Indeed. What is that?
Streetwise.
Streetwise.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Better to
from
be
East LA.
Streetwise.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right on. And what type of hat?
It's a course, Dodgers always.
Yeah, somebody asked in the chat.
Yeah, I did it kind of purposely because last time I had the Oakland A's version of it,
That's
colorway,
right.
and so I wore this because some people were, oh, that's not the Dodger cap. So yeah,
Right.
it's a Dodger cap, but it's a New York Mets
Colors.
colorway. Yeah, so
They do that, huh?
yeah, it's been a while since they did this, but it was called Twisted when that was the name, the style they gave it.
It's a cool
yeah.
style, to be honest.
Yeah,
It
I
looks
like
good.
it. Yeah, because I mean, sometimes I like to wear something different,
Right.
and you know, I like the colors of certain teams. Certain teams I can roll with, but
And if you're black and you play baseball, it means you had a father.
that's right.
It means you have your family. We're also going to get to your super chats, guys. I do see some of them have come in. Lin Yan Chin has a special ones for us that we will try to get to. Appreciate that, Lin Yan Chin. And your calls. Do you want to start right off with a call here before we get started into the stories, Bigg Bump?
Sure, that's fine.
Tony is in California on the line.
Perfect.
Tony, how are you doing, man?
How are you today, Mr. Hank?
Fine. You're
How you
live.
doing, Big Bump?
I'm well. How you doing?
All right, sir. Thank you.
Right on.
I have a question for Big Bump. You know, are you a Christian?
Yes.
You are?
Yes.
Okay. Well, my question is to you: is this: do racism exist?
No.
It don't.
It's evil.
So why do you say that? Can you explain why it don't exist?
It says we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities. So if if we don't fight against, if we're not supposed to fight against the flesh and blood, physical, then it's spiritual.
Okay. So during the time, how old are you, sir? May I ask, or can you give me a range of how old are you?
I'll tell you, I'm 44.
You how 44?
Yes.
Okay. So during the time of your parents, they didn't experience no type of hatred or any type of resistance or anything to hold them back as far as advancing in life?
I mean, I don't know. I'm pretty sure.
You grew up,
I'm
and
pretty
I'm sure you
sure-
experienced some things that your parents experienced.
I'm pretty
correct?
sure they experience hatred. I don't know anyone that hasn't experienced hatred.
No.
You said
okay.
that's what you said
okay,
initially.
I
You asked me
agree
that.
with that. Everybody has experienced some type of hatred, but the thing is, as far as people of color, people that's black descent, our ancestors, to this day, we are still feeling some type of animosity or some type of holdback for us you not advancing in life. Would you agree with that?
No.
You
No.
wouldn't?
No.
Okay. So everything is peachy cream in your lifetime.
Peaches and cream. Or peachy keen.
Well, I say you can say what you want to say, sir. I'm saying peaches and cream.
Okay.
That means-
Just wanted to make
means
sure.
everything is delicious in your life.
Mm-hmm.
Why can't it be? Why does it have to be turmoil and the end of the world and why
I
do
never
you,
said nothing but the end of the world, sir. I'm saying
that's just the term, just like you said, peaches and cream. This is just a saying.
In your world.
That's just a
But
saying.
the thing is, I'm talking about as far as here on this American soil that we call USA and some people call America. We don't have
Haters.
racism. I think you blind. This is bad. The person that you sit next to.
Okay.
Across from.
There's
Across
nobody
from,
next to
I'm
him. Right.
No problem.
You're just talking. And you just live, you live in a certain world, and I've been in that world before, so I know why you're saying what you're saying, but that's
Well,
not.
if you've been in that world before, sir, that means racism does exist. Then.
No, it didn't then.
No?
It didn't then.
It didn't.
No, of course not.
You saying that black folks wasn't hung for no good reason? You saying black folks wasn't?
A lot of people were hung.
discriminated against because of their skin color?
Everybody is discriminated against. Doesn't matter about your skin
Sir,
color.
sir, no one went through the things that we went
Am I
through here
right
in America except
that
for the
everyone
Indians
gets
and the
discriminated against? Am I right?
Excuse me?
Does everyone get discriminated against?
To some point, but no
Does
one
everyone?
suffered.
Not some
No
point.
race
Yes, sir.
suffered
They do
on
or
this,
they don't.
on this. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Everybody suffers. Also,
No.
Yes,
That's
they
to the
do.
point that blacks do. Not to
Yes.
the point that blacks went
Why
through
not?
in this country.
Why not?
Are you suffering, Tony?
Am I suffering?
Yeah.
To some degree, yes. I'm suffering with the fuel prices. I'm suffering with the groceries prices.
Everybody
I'm
is
suffering
then.
with the high prices that's going around that's from American greed. Yes, I'm suffering.
And that's racism?
No, that's not racism. But you asked me, was I suffering? You didn't say was I being racist. I mean, being discriminated.
But you said blacks
you
are
asked
suffering
was
like
I
crazy. Are you suffering more than than normal Americans?
No, I'm not. No.
Oh, okay.
But
how come you're such a mama for all the other blacks then?
My question was, do racism exist?
Right.
That's my question.
Right.
Exist.
And I said no.
I ain't saying specifically on me, but does it exist? Just like that situation down there in Florida with the white dude killed. He said he hated black people.
Why would he hate them?
Why?
Why did he hate them?
It's a taught. It was taught to him to hate.
That doesn't
Donald
make sense.
Trump, Jesse Peterson. Let's see who else. Larry Elder.
Tony from California.
The KKK, the Proud Boys. That's what's taught to him. That was what he enjoyed doing.
He listened to JLP?
That was black. Yeah, he listened to JLP. I'm sure he did.
You're crazy,
sure
Tony. You're out of your mind.
One more question to my man. What makes you a Christian, brother?
Good question.
Come on now. If you're a Christian, you should come off the top of your head with this one.
Why? Why do I have to say it right then and there? Just give
because you're a Christian.
Okay, if that's your
you
reason.
You came
Okay,
off the top
you're right.
of your head
Right.
on saying racism didn't exist, so you should know what a Christian is.
Okay, Tony. So I'm going to tell you. So, why am I a Christian is from...
No, I said, what makes you a Christian?
What makes me a Christian?
Tell me, what makes you a Christian?
The repenting for sinning.
Repenting of sin. So you don't sin no more. That's what you're saying?
I see that the sin is hate, anger,
hate?
And resentment, judgment. That's what I see.
That's all? That's all sin is hate and resentment? How about lying?
I said resentment, judgment, all those things.
How about lying?
I don't think it's a sin to lie.
Well,
So
you're safe then, Tony. You're safe then, Tony, because you lie all the time, and so you're not sinning.
I'm not a Christian, sir. I'm not a Christian. I don't label myself. That's a label.
Just because you're not a Christian doesn't mean you don't sin.
It's no. Excuse me, sir. A lie is a sin.
Where do you get that from?
John 8:44.
What does it say?
You are the
Bible
father.
thumping?
You are just like your father, a liar.
Huh?
In so many words.
No. What does it say? I didn't say paraphrase it. What does it say?
Well, I mean, I'm not a Christian, so
You're
I
not a Christian,
can't
so you
just
can't.
give it to you word for word.
Okay.
But I know the scripture said in John 8:44.
You don't know what this. You just said you didn't know. So now you do know.
I'm giving you samples of what it said. I'm not a Christian. I don't go around quoting the Bible.
Okay,
I
I don't
know what
either.
the Bible is supposed to be saying to people.
How do you know what it's supposed to be saying?
Because I read it 4 times.
That doesn't mean anything. You can read anything and not grasp it. You let Satan can tell you whatever he wants to tell you.
That's what Christians is. Christians are buffet people that pick and choose what's right for them.
All right, Tony.
I'm sure you use profanity.
No, I don't.
You don't.
Nah.
I'm sure
that's
you
not a
break the
sin,
law.
though. Even if you,
I'm sure you break the laws of the land.
What laws of the land?
Or you don't speed.
I don't speed. I drive.
while you driving, do you speed?
I don't know. I just drive.
Oh, okay. So there you go. That's a lie right there. Have a
just
good
drive.
day, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank
All
you.
right, thank
Y'all
you,
have
Tony.
a good day.
What a
Have
mess.
a good day.
All right,
Tony
bye.
just called just to call.
He's such a mama. That's what's funny to me about this is that people they play like they are so concerned on behalf of others in their race
Right.
that they're not even suffering it, but then they're like holding on to it so bad.
Yeah.
What a mess.
Yeah. They and it's you say that he's mama all the way. He calls in with that, how you doing and stuff like that.
Right.
And automatically it seems like it's
He was
already
banned
leading
for a
to that.
while.
Right.
Yeah, I think that. I wonder if that's why he's so nice now. Play nice.
He has to
Pretends
play
to play
nicey
nice.
nice. Yeah. He wants it to be peaches and cream so he can stay on.
Yeah.
But yeah, he has that mama spirit for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Terrible.
And he doesn't really care. He doesn't care
Yeah.
at all. No, it's just an act.
Yep. Let's get to this Schizophrenia.nyc. I want to. This is the first one that you sent to me.
Right.
And it caught my interest as soon as I clicked on it.
Yeah.
I was like, is this a website? And then it's actually an IG profile.
Yeah.
Instagram.
Right.
Tell the people about it. How you came
So,
across it. Before I show some clips and pictures and things.
see.
Well, we could show some of the profile anyway.
So it was one evening night. My daughter went to sleep, the little one, the baby, and I was scrolling on Instagram, and I just see like in the search area, there's some lady that's like making some motions, and it pops with something schizophrenia. I live with this, and I just went to it, and I think the camera, the shade, like the lighting or whatever that she uses, caught my attention. It looked like a movie or something, like with Blair Witch Project or something like that. So I go in it, and I'm just scrolling down, and I'm seeing this girl, this lady, filming herself and making faces and like talking to herself, and she's all over the place. And then she has things that she says, she types out what she's doing. You know, I'm arguing with nobody that's there, and whatever the case is,
Right.
We're arguing about the pizza that I just ate, and nobody's there, and it just seemed crazy, and immediately it just hit me like she's just possessed. And also she wants to. It's like she's selling everything.
Right.
It's a gimmick. Also,
Yeah.
It almost looks like it's fake. Like it's not, but like it's like a character in a movie. Like she's a real good actress.
Yeah.
That just got me, and it seems like it's for publicity, but it's like you said earlier. Why put this out? Why show everyone? You're showing the world how screwed up you are.
Yeah.
There's certain things you just don't do
Right.
out in the open.
Yeah. Like at the beginning of the show, I said, now that's the hippie world running the
Yeah,
show.
right.
Let it all hang out.
Right.
Be shameless.
Yeah.
Take away the shame. And this is a woman.
Right.
And a lot of the women are battling against shame.
Yeah. Also, I noticed, of course, like on her, she has like a little table next to her on a couple of the videos that has a LGBT flag, the newer one with the Black Lives Matter and the trans one, like
Of
that.
course.
So, like, of
Predictable.
course, yeah, I knew.
NYC. Liberal woman.
Yeah. It was par for the course. It just made sense but it's just wild how people are in their heads. They're possessed. And if they don't see that it's an issue, if they like living in their head, then they'll stay there.
Right.
And that just the overview of this young lady. Yeah, it's crazy, but again, it seems like an infomercial because she's also selling.
Right.
Yeah, and supporting the mental health. Mental health, and you're letting everyone know that you're schizo, you're crazy. And yeah, it's it's the craziest thing to see.
Show this. Oh, it's kind of like what JLP says. You name it. You lock yourself into this thing.
They live by it. Like that's it. And as soon as you claim it,
it's part of their identity.
Yeah, it definitely is. Yeah.
Show 12A. Here she is talking about how she takes 7 pills, and I will not be pill shamed. I grabbed a few clips. Hopefully these are going to play right. I think they will. 7A. No, 12A. Sorry. Clip 12A. She's on all these different psychotic medication, depression medication, and here it is.
7 schizophrenia medications, but I wish there was just one good enough, don't you? Let's talk about it. I completely agree with this comment. I wish that one pill was just good enough, but there's, an antipsychotic, an antidepressant, something for your ADD, something for side effects of your other medication. That's what you got to do. I don't need to be pill shamed because I take all these different pills. It's okay. I hope that one was enough. I've always wanted one to be enough, but that's just not how it is. I take 7. What's the big deal? That's why I sell pill boxes.
There it is.
And the way you have that with like her eyes right there, like she's bugged out.
Yeah. I always do that. I didn't do it specially for the schizo gal, schizophrenic gal. Is it bad to say schizo?
No.
Okay.
No.
Because I don't want to say spaz. You're not supposed to say spaz. Sorry, UK listeners. Cover your ears, UK listeners. It doesn't mean anything bad. And of course, she's Jewish, by the way.
Yes, yeah, for sure.
Young Jewish liberal. So very high IQ, making money off of anything.
Right.
Schizophrenia.
Right. Yeah, she's playing it well.
She's selling merch. Show this Schizo 2 IG. Oh no. 4. Schizo 4. I'm mentally ill and I don't kill. It's a T-shirt that she's selling. I'm mentally ill and I don't kill. Because a lot of people are scared that schizophrenics are criminals and murderers. Trump contributed to the stigmatization of mental illness. Mentally ill people don't shoot people. Angry people shoot people.
Right.
Anger leads to both.
I was going to say that. Anyway, I was going to say something about Tony, but that's old news.
Okay.
She that's her one of her things is what does it say? What was it? The schizophrenic people don't kill or whatever. Like that's her thing. It's like because she's sitting down, that makes it okay.
Show part 3B. 3B. There's a. It's not a video. It's 3B is the picture of her statement. It says, "Hi, I'm Michelle and I have schizophrenia. I record schizophrenia psychosis episodes on a security camera that I have up in my apartment. I do this to show people that schizophrenic episodes are often non-violent. I am seriously on my couch talking to myself, not hurting anyone, and not being dangerous. I might make angry faces, but I am still only sitting on my couch. Michelle Hammer." And people will call her brave for this.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing this. You're so brave.
Right.
I actually have one of those clips. 12B is the video, like what you were talking about, of her sitting on her couch and having an episode. Here's 12B. I put it backwards. It's like twitching, and she says, "I got annoyed at the hallucination next to me." Show it one more time. She's like jerking her head around. It's disturbing. Yeah, and you're right. It is kind of like Paranormal Activity, nanny cam
It
type
looks
thing.
exactly like that. She set it up perfect. It's like she studied that, and now she's doing it.
To show it looking creepy.
Yeah.
But she was playing a nice song, right? A nice pop song.
She plays it for every video.
Yeah.
Every video is the same. It's the same song. Yeah. So I don't know what's behind that, and I didn't go in depth on the track itself. But
it's less disturbing though than what it really was. Probably like she's just in her apartment, maybe watching TV, and she's getting annoyed at something that she's imagining. Show it one more time.
Crazy.
Here it is. Schizophrenia episode. I got annoyed at the hallucination next to me. she like starts to try to elbow something that's coming at her. Terrible.
Oh man, yeah. There's another one also, and it has that green filter look to it, and like her eyes are like twitching, like somehow it's like looking to the left and right, and
Yeah.
It again, it seems if it's real, as far as her, being possessed, which she is,
Yeah.
or if she's playing it very well.
Yeah.
She's playing the.
I think it is real, but women are a lot of drama.
Yeah. Yeah.
So in that sense, there's some fakeness. There's got to be some fakeness.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that the episode that she's acting out is necessarily fake.
Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah.
But they revel in it.
Yeah.
So in that sense, it can be kind of fake. You know how people throw a fit, babies, they'll throw a fit if the woman says, "Oh,"
right,
overreacts.
Or if they hit something, like my daughter hit something, I won't say anything.
Yeah.
And then if someone else does, if my wife does, or my oldest daughter says something, then she'll say something about it, or she'll just go on with whatever she was doing. Yeah. Instead. But
people are so influenced.
Yeah.
And fake and a mess.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Wallowing in their emotions, thinking that that's good.
Right.
Speaking of that, I want to get to this part of this section of this lady's thing, the feeling love portion. I don't know if you saw this one, but this is
Maybe
12C.
Okay.
It's just a silent video footage, and she's talking about, can schizophrenics feel love? Go ahead and show this, Hassan. Because they're talking about feelings.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Can schizophrenics feel love? Absolutely. Individuals with schizophrenia can definitely experience love. Experience it. Here's the rundown. Emotional depth. Schizophrenia accepts various aspects of life, but it doesn't negate the depth of emotions, including love. So they think love is an emotion.
Right.
Very
Typical.
unchristian understanding. Schizophrenia is complex. Might disrupt cognitive functions, but the emotional core remains intact, allowing for the experience of love. I'm zooming way in on this. Sorry, maybe it looks a little schizophrenic too, but I zoom in. Did you know you can pinch and zoom? Anyway, on relationship resilience, many maintain meaningful relationships despite the disorder, built on mutual love, trust, and understanding. What a mess.
Yeah. Yeah.
It goes on and on.
Yeah, she just rambles and
Yeah.
schizophrenic. That's what a schizophrenic would do.
Yep. Therapy and medication can help you manage systems, potentially enabling you to engage in romantic relationships. So you need you're relying on drugs and therapy, so-called therapy.
Yeah.
It's a human need for connection, companionship, and love. It's a universal need, they say. I don't know how true that is.
Yeah. But when you're in that state, that's the case though.
Yeah. Positive symptoms of schizophrenia. They're calling it a positive aspect of schizophrenia that they have intense emotions. So it can make your love even better or something like that. Terrible. DMI. But yeah, I think what they're missing is what JLP talks about is a father's love.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Because they're talking about, they have a trouble communicating too. But the feeling is real. I don't know if feelings are real. Mm-hmm. That's the other part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Is if you're acting or if you can't help it, what's really the difference?
Yeah.
I don't know.
True.
It's all fake.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to get at.
Right.
That this could be, fake, and on top of it being an act because there's no, that's not there. Of course, that's not them anyway.
Yeah.
If you get what I'm saying, that
they're possessed
they're
and
possessed.
they're just spiraling.
Yeah. They have no way of knowing what to. They're not looking for they're looking for something fake
Yeah.
instead of looking within and
Right.
finding what's really there.
True.
Yeah, what's missing.
Yeah. There's one last piece. Schizo 5 picture, Hassan. Define normal. This is so unchristian, muddy the waters, if you will. Define normal is one of their T-shirts.
Yeah.
It reminds me of that illegal alien, gay Filipino guy who founded Define American. Define American. And it just muddies the water of what American is. And they're downplaying or dismissing the notion of being normal because they're abnormal, so they want to stump you on what normal is.
What
And then
normal is,
then they dismiss it as, normalcy is adhering to a rigid standard. And in this context, rigid standard is like that's a bad thing. Crazy.
Yeah. Crazy and crazy.
Making themselves feel better.
Yeah. And it's fake. They're falsifying something.
Trying to make you feel like there's something wrong with you for seeing something wrong with them.
Yeah. It's like how Big Pharma will have the commercials, and eventually one of them is going to make you seem like you have that,
Right.
So it's the same thing. Oh, do you have this? Do you have that? Have you done this? Then you may have this.
Right.
We have this for you. So
don't Google your symptoms.
Right. Yeah. You'll find something. You're going to find
That's
something.
funny.
That's for sure.
Define safe and effective, says CLC. I know, huh? Crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. But the bottom line is everyone is possessed, and to go about your life that way, you are being possessed.
Yeah.
And again, till you see that something isn't right, it's not me, then you're gonna stay there.
Crazy.
Yeah, definitely.
Literally.
Yeah.
But that's human nature, though.
Yeah.
What a mess.
Yeah.
And they're taking these drugs, and it's like only complicating their lives even more, I think.
Right.
I don't know, but it just seems like...
Yeah. They in that what was the one part where it's like when you have, they say, loved one won't take their meds, so even the promotion that promoting it, like that's
Right.
the cure, the end all be all for it. And it seems like they don't realize they're still going through it over and over and over, no matter how many pharmaceuticals they take, they're still going through the same thing over and over as if it's going to resolve it.
Right.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. So it's, I'll say this, the tips, like talk it out so much with it. Have a heart to heart.
We need to talk.
Yeah.
It's so womanly.
It is.
And no one, of course,
mama.
she's not violent because she's a woman. Women aren't. I mean, they're violent, but they have lower T,
Right.
and
yeah.
they're less. Anyway.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
And if she's by herself, how is she going to get violent?
Right. Yeah. Shadow boxing.
Yeah. Creepy.
Yeah. That's a weird. That one is weird, and it makes me want to look for other people that follow her and see how they are. 'Cause these
It
people
kept on
show
showing. It kept on showing. So and so liked this. I'm like, do I follow
follow
this
that
person? I don't know. Like how. And it was a different person each time.
Really?
And I'm like,
Yeah.
am I following these people?
What type of people do you know?
Yeah. But I don't think that they were. I think it was just showing some name.
Yeah. Okay.
Is my suspicion.
Mm-hmm. It could
I didn't
be.
really check.
Yeah. I've noticed that though, but I will say it's possible because when I'm like scrolling on there, I see certain people. Like if I see some blickety black type commentary or something, and I see a certain person, I'm like, oh, they have to follow them. I think they like this or something like that. So it could be that person that you saw over and over, or the next person was liking or follow that.
Yeah.
Schizophrenia.nyc. So watch out.
Terrible. Yeah, be careful. You don't know who your friends really are. Man.
Yeah.
Let's get to this CalTech situation.
Okay.
They're trying to, before we get to calls, they're trying to they're lowering the standards.
Yeah. At a institution that needs the highest standards.
Yeah.
That should be top, the superior minds, if you say, you know what I mean? Like, should be the best of the best.
I would drive by CalTech, I feel like, every day on my way to Pasadena City College, which is not the best. But not bad, but not the best.
Right. Yeah.
Community college.
Right. It's one of the decent ones in the state.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah.
And CalTech, that was, people go to, you hear about CalTech and MIT.
Mm-hmm.
Like, those are like the top two technical type schools.
Institutions. Yeah. Very, you get some amazing individuals, as far as that academia that come out of there. Yeah.
I have the headline, Hassan. The headline says, no high school calculus, chemistry, or physics class? CalTech has a new admission workaround. What in the world?
Right.
By Teresa Watanabe. And it's from LA Times.
LA Times, right. It's LA Times. Yeah, so basically, they're, of course, like I said, lowering the standards, but they're not wanting or not needing for someone looking to be admitted to the school that calculus be a requirement to, I guess, even apply for the school, because it's typical, that's like 1 + 1 is 2.
Right.
You're going to go to calculus. You had to take calculus to go to CalTech. But they're making all these excuses for people in rural areas or low income, people in the hood or things like that they don't have access to. They may have one teacher that doesn't teach calculus, as if that's an issue.
Low income means low income doesn't have anything to do with it, though.
It doesn't at all.
Because there's a lot,
yeah.
It just matters how many smart people there are so that there's demand for that class.
Yeah, right.
If there's only one, but we have the internet. You can take a class online.
Right.
If you're that serious of a student.
Yeah. It doesn't. It's nothing. There's nothing holding anyone back from taking those classes.
Right.
Their workaround is pretty much saying, take this Khan Academy. I know they do it in high school. My daughter, when they were doing the online from home school type stuff, her calculus teacher, or she was taking AP calculus, and before that, trig, something like that.
Yeah, trigonometry.
Yeah,
usually.
so
or algebra 2.
Something like that. Yeah,
is after trig, and then
the calculus.
Yeah, and then calculus.
Yeah, so that was her senior year. She took AP calculus.
Nice.
So the teachers there would have them do Khan Academy, which CalTech recommends for students that can't take a calculus class. That's their workaround for it, which makes sense, but don't lower the standard.
Right.
Because, you want people to, or you claim they can't do it.
Right. They can.
They can, without a doubt. And
yeah.
I was speaking with someone yesterday about it. He kind of said, they do need this. People do need that, that extra assistance, kind of. But I see it as sports. Somebody can be in the smallest city.
Yep.
And go to the top, because if you are that good of an athlete, they're going to find you.
Right.
If you are that top tier student, they're going to find you.
Yeah.
You're going to go to a school.
And you're going to make sure that they find you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And it's been happening forever. late 1800s was when I think CalTech started.
Wow.
So.
And people were way poorer back then.
Right. Yeah.
Like, even the so-called rich people did not live like the kings that the homeless people do today. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
It was,
Yeah.
they were not living these cushy lives, I don't think.
Yeah. Yeah. There was one other thing that I did see specifically on this before I forget, that the emissions director, her name was like Ashley Pally.
Oh, yeah. I saw that executive director of undergraduate admissions, a woman, I
Right,
think.
yeah. Oh,
Ashley
yeah.
sounds like a woman's name.
Yeah, it's a woman. Yeah. Yeah. She made a statement that, like towards the last portion of the article, diversity and equity and inclusion is, if it is true, it's something fundamental to who we are as an institution. So she's saying that, the diversity, all that stuff is what makes CalTech, and it's not,
Right.
It's not that. That's not what make CalTech CalTech. It's those minds that came and that they had no connotation to diversity. Yeah, okay, it was a Jew, Einstein, or whoever it was that was there, but that's not what it was based on. It was based on that scientific mindset and being the elite of the elite, and having that wherewithal to show the world.
Show these this headline again, because it's showing. Okay, CalTech professor Jared Ledbetter meets with university admissions ambassadors. From left, Emily who, and she's like this. Okay, she's Asian. Okay, maybe. JJ Jones,
J.J. Jones.
who looks like, I'm doubting it. She might be somewhat smart, but I'm doubting it. She's wearing a shirt that's like way off the
Right.
shoulders, huge holes in her big jeans, white Nikes. I don't know if they're Nikes. And then the young man looks like he's probably smart.
Yeah, he looks like he has some
But I'm
sense.
profiling based on appearances. The young white man is probably the smartest one there.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Asian one, she looks too stylish to be that smart. Maybe she's smart. Miles Jones. Ledbetter helps develop an alternative path to admissions, dropping requirements for calculus, chemistry, and physics for students without access, communist buzzword, to those courses. And it's so he's the one who engineered that thing.
Mm-hmm.
They had to use a white man. Oh, no. Yeah. Okay. And then they have all these, this affirmative action stuff, high school girls. I got to grab this screenshot and put it in this folder. Oh, man. Okay. Hold on. Screenshot going into Bigg Bump stories. If I can get it in there. Okay. Screenshot in the Bigg Bump stories folder, I think. Oh, no, that's not it. Screenshot going into... No! I might have gotten out of the thing. Oh, yeah, he found it. Wow. Okay. How'd you get that? Okay, cool. Nice. Look at that. It has a Muslim-looking woman and then this India/Asian-looking young lady, or high schoolers. Stepping up efforts to diversify with more women and so-called underrepresented students of color.
Right.
Yeah, so one of the paths is Khan's Academy.
Right.
Free.
Yes.
Free online courses scoring 90% or higher. Sal Khan, Academy founder. Nice. But there you talking about equitable access. Right. This is all the wrong personality. This is the wrong drive.
Mm-hmm.
It's communism.
Yeah. Yeah, there are that half these people that go this route, they don't want to do it. They're just being, that I want to see this face. I want to see someone like me do this, or I want to see the girl power type thing. It's not real. It's that.
Yeah.
It's false. It's
You
a
set
whole
them
false
up.
dichotomy.
You set them up too with that brainwashing. You're encouraging them.
Yeah.
Like the whole world is encouraging them to think that way
Right.
from a young, impressionable age too.
Yeah. They, 4 or 5, you're already asking, what, or trying to figure out what the child wants to do with their life.
Yeah.
And then they push them that way and tell them, you can do it, instead of letting the kid, just live
Right.
and figure things out on their own. They'll see by that example and
True.
see by.
Yeah,
how
part
they
of
wanna live.
the Asian academic excellence is making them worse
Yeah.
because the parents put that type of pressure on them.
Right.
They commit suicide oftentimes, or
Right.
they'll take drugs to. I mean, all kinds of those people fall into that false pursuit,
Yeah.
and they wrap up their identity in it.
In it. Oh, yeah.
Same thing with sports and all
Yeah.
those things.
Yeah. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Well, that's not going to get better.
Yeah.
Terrible. The dishonesty.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. It's unfortunate that we're in a position like that, but yeah. Again, that's lowering the standards for a place like this. Whether if they do it anywhere, it's still not
I know.
acceptable.
True.
But lowering the standards for an institution like this is ridiculous.
The mama spirit has infected everything.
Yeah.
This woman, like you mentioned Ashley Pally, she says, brilliant students exist in every part of this world and in every single community. And this idea that families have to choose the future of their kids and where they're going to go for college based on their zip code seemed so unfair. So unfair. Mama spirit.
Right.
We need to continue opening this door of opportunity. There's plenty of opportunity.
Right. Yeah. And Thomas Sowell even make that point that, everybody isn't built. Even if you want to go to college, everyone isn't built to go to SC. Everyone isn't built to go to CalTech. Everyone isn't built to go, wherever. So these, if you're going to do it, set yourself up not to fail by attending the places that how was it said, like the HBCUs, that's just being honest, that go, if you're black, why not go there?
Follow the opportunities.
Yeah, follow opportunities, and you won't bring your mess to the bigger schools.
Yeah.
And you won't have, they'll still complain anyway, but you won't have to deal with that. You can take your mess where everyone thinks just like you. And you can stay there and be miserable as long as you're there. Yeah. And you can't really complain, but you will complain.
Yep. Terrible.
Yeah.
Let's get to a call.
Right on.
It sort of reminds me of what you said about Tony. I mean, what we were dealing with Tony was this. Basically, that's anti-racism.
Right. Yeah.
Get rid of the whites, the men.
Right.
Bring more women and POCs.
Yeah. Yeah. And that was
they're
another,
infecting everything.
like that. I did send you that NASCAR story as well. It's the same situation. Yeah. Where the diversity thing, where it's everyone except the actual people that do that actually are the foundation of the NASCAR.
Yeah.
They're trying to get rid of that whole thing and make it something different.
Well, it's what's happened to the countries, all the white countries.
Yeah.
They've
Like the South
become
Africa thing.
anti-white
Yeah.
and anti-men.
Right.
White men founded it.
Yeah. Right.
And now they're getting rid of the whites and the men.
Right.
Shameful.
Yeah.
Let's get to Art in Ohio. He wants to comment on Tony about what's going on in the country. What's up, Art? You're live with Hake and Bigg Bump.
How you doing, Bigg Bump?
I'm well, man. How you doing, Art? Good to hear from you.
I'm all right. This ain't gonna take too long or nothing. This is something that I just heard Tony say, and you correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't Tony say that? What did he say about he's going through oppression because of high gas and high food inflation and the high cost of living? Ain't that what he just said?
Yeah, he said that he's suffering from that stuff.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. So Who caused that? You know, let's start from the bottom and work our way up. Tony is in Tony from California, right?
Yep.
So it starts from your mayor's position, more than likely ran by a Democrat, that Tony and them voted for. Tony and his other liberal friends to love to play the victim card or whatnot. Senators, more than likely Democrat, maybe a few Rhino Republicans. We know how they act like they're Republicans, but when it comes to standing up for what's right and wrong, you see how many people standing up for Trump. It starts from governors, senators, representatives, and all the way up to legislator and president. So all these areas he voted for. But hold up, let's make this well-known fact in this comment that when Trump was in office, we had low gas, low cost of living, high jobs, gas wasn't high, food wasn't high. He wasn't happy with that. All Tony was yelling about was he's racist this, he's racist
True.
that. He's a orange man bad what's that called? TDS, Trump deranged syndrome. Remember that? He'd get on. You remember that, Hake?
I do vaguely remember him crying about something. He wasn't crying about the economy, I don't think.
Right.
Yeah, he wasn't. Tony. Thank you, Hake. That's why you my brother. Bigg Bump. This is why Hake's my brother.
Right.
He was not crying. This is your liberal Democrats right here. Tony's a liberal Democrat. He was not crying about none of this stuff. He was just on the phone talking about food,
Right.
gas, or none of that. But you know what he was crying about? He's a racist. I don't know how y'all don't see it. But every time Art and Hake was trying to figure out how he was a racist, because me and Art and Hake couldn't figure out why these liberals was calling him racist, they would always go about, I feel like, or he said this, and I get the assumption that I assume that when he said that and whatever Trump said, he was being racist. They never could pull no clips up of him doing any or saying anything racist. They can never support these alleged documents that, Trump's dad worked for a KKK member and he was at a KKK member's rally. We got pictures. But where's these pictures at? This is all this man Tony and these liberals was crying about. Well, it's 6-7 years later. I still ain't seen no racist comments, racist pictures. They still ain't gave me no racist things that he's gonna say or whatnot. But my thing is this: the problem is with people like Tony and these other liberals is y'all be fighting the wrong battle. See, you didn't have no reason. See, when it's good and everything's going good for you, you ain't never happy. But then you turn around and get somebody that you shouldn't be happy with because you and the stuff that you was scamming for, Tony and you liberals, y'all was scamming for it. Or with now already got to deal with high gas, high food. When I was cool with Trump. I was cool with high rates of jobs and the money and everything being cool. I wasn't complaining. I was very thankful that we had somebody was putting America first and not letting other people come over here and take from Americans. That's what my problem is. But now you complaining about it's high inflation, the high gas, but why ain't you saying nothing about who you voted for, though? And that goes back to you, Hake. That's what I want to ask you.
Shameful.
Am I right, though?
Yeah, you're right. It's pretty obvious that like Bigg Bump said, Tony's not a serious person.
Yeah, but I just go to say that is because these type of people you can't never make happy when everything's good. They got something to complain about. When everything's bad, they got something to complain about. But then my thing is this: remember when they were talking about I remember Tony. I got a good vivid memory. Tony had a problem with Trump with the mask thing or with the COVID thing, and RDR said back then, you liberals weren't going to be happy whether he didn't lock the United States down or whatnot, or whether he did. It was damned if he did, and he damned if he didn't. And it's the same with this situation. You damned if you do and damned if you don't. But just like I said, this is a problem that's going on with you liberals and you Democrats on the left, is that y'all don't seem to know the difference between good and evil, and y'all been playing this victimized role so much that y'all keep running to the alleged oppressor that's oppressing you, and y'all don't know how to get away from the oppressor. But then when somebody's trying to stand up for you and do something right for you, and the American people, i.e. Trump, y'all try to beat him over the head when he's trying to help you out and trying to tell you what your right and wrongs is.
Nice.
But that's all I had to say. I've been rambling and going on, but that's all I pretty much had to say. Thank you for your time. Shout out to Bigg Bump. I'll catch y'all later. We still rolling with Trump.
Good point, Art.
Thank you, Art. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
Let's get to some music.
Okay.
We'll take a quick break, guys. We'll be right back to your calls and your super chats and more stories. Especially super chats. We got to get to those. Appreciate that. This is Get This Truth by Bigg Bump. There's no cussing in it, is it?
No. No. No.
I hope you enjoy it, you musical Philistines. It's Bigg Bump's music. It's not Hake's music. So you guys should be fine, but you can cover your ears and sing La La La, the Hake Report. You can grin and bear it, you musical Philistines. You can go outside and shovel snow and rake your leaves, plant your garden, harvest your crops. I'll be right back for hour 2 with Bigg Bump on the communist holiday Labor Day. What a mess. Here it is.
Been called a coon, but you gon' get this truth. They call me Uncle Tom, but you gon' get this truth. They say that I'm grifting, but you gon' get this truth. I'm still serving red pills, take my last 2. America first, what's your issue? This is that music, you can MAGA too. You all in your feelings, boo-hoo. Try me a river, then jump in it too. You in love with your melon, but where's your character? I'm daring you to walk away from the plantation, slaving you. Say I'm self-hating, but you want reparations. Destroyed by illegal immigration. If Black Lives Matter, why you support abortion? And black on black crimes, not your focus. If I'm a grift, tell it to my wallet. A bunch of $3 bills, juicy smile it. See, you can agree or you cannot agree. But you gon' get this truth with no hypocrisy. Don't need your approval, just wanna be free. With that group, think you'll never see a jubilee. Go ahead, follow the leader, it's my own trail. But you do you, and I'll just wish you well. Divide and conquer, you fell for the 1-2. Cause MAGA ain't got no color, just red, white, and blue. Been called a coon, but you gon' get this truth. They call me Uncle Tom, but you gon' get this truth. They say that I'm grifting, but you gon' get this truth. I'm still serving red pills, take my last 2.
Thank you guys for bearing with us through the beautiful music. Beat is nice, though. Somebody says, I'm tired of the MAGA rap, says Almighty Red Skull. Tony ran when he heard the sirens. Artie Art Too Smart. Thanks, Hake. Shout out to the chat. Oh, by the way, we never really introduced you, Bigg Bump. Tell the people who you are, how to find you.
Well, who I am Bigg Bump, BIGG_BUMP everywhere. I'm a friend of Bond. Been around for a little while. Again, I'm a family man. What else? Make music. I'm not a professional in any type of way. I just know when I notice something that I want to say, I say it and I make something about it. And And I'm in the political realm with my social media presence. Everywhere. Twitter, Truth Social, Instagram is all YouTube. You can check the music out there. BIGG_BUMP. And that's everywhere. Anywhere there's a site that you're looking for, I'm on there, and that's what the handle would be.
Nice.
Yeah.
Except for YouTube. YouTube is BIGGBUMP, no underscore.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks for that.
But the rest of them have underscores. And then SoundCloud is soundcloud.com/BIGG
okay.
BUMP.
Right. Yeah. Thanks.
But for the most part, it's underscore.
Yeah.
Twitter, IG, right? IG.
IG is.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
I think when I noticed it, I was like, underscore maybe the way to go.
Yep.
So.
Gab, Truth Social,
Gab,
Twitter.
Minds, Truth Social. If Getter is around, who else? Oh, even that. What was the latest Zuckerberg one? That.
Oh yeah,
the
you're
Threads.
on,
Yeah,
of course. Threads.
I just got it anyway, just to have it.
Of course.
Yeah. So that's where I'm at. Possibly look for Rumble type things eventually. Sooner than later, maybe. But we'll see.
All right.
Let's see how things go.
Cool. Yeah. Let's get to some super chats over on Rumble. A few Rumble rants. Evil Israel says, "Hey, my man, about 40 viewers per staff member working on your show." What's that phrase? Killing it? Question mark, question mark, question mark. No, that's not it. Oh, dying. That's it. Whoa. We all know art, and he bashes art. Less of mess on your show. He doesn't say mess, but he says something else. Nothing more R-worded than making an adjective out of your name for your name. Whatever, man. Is Bigg Bump, 2 G's in Big, aware that his music is being played in the least morally straight time slot on the internet?
Oh.
Well, at least the music was not super gay today. A reprieve until tomorrow's hits. Well, thank you, as always, for the support. He kids. Maybe there's some, I don't know. Lin Yan Chin had a few super chats for us. Mm-hmm. He says, quote, everything is the sum of things that change, be it negative or positive. Perfect peace is the point of balance between everything and nothing. It's the state of faith or observing God. This means God is zero, not negative or positive, like intellect wants to believe. And then he asks, why do the effeminate rage against the sane for telling them God is nothing? Why do they assert that such orientation is negative when zero is neither negative nor positive? Why get lost in the delusion that God is everything? Everything changes, but God does not change. Interesting point. Mm-hmm. He says, regarding my last 2 super chats, detailed expounding was painfully focused into a long comment on your Friday stream. We checked that out. I shared it with Bigg Bump. Please review, share it with your co-host, Bigg Bump. God is nothing that isn't negative or devaluing. It's just obvious, he says. And what say you?
I say, it sounds about right. I get it. I get the point of, being nothing. Because it's, not positive, not negative. And then today, something, just came across that, not that it's not, that it's zero or positive or negative. It just is. It's like, again, I'd use a 1 + 1 is 0 or 1 + 1 is 2 because I was thinking 0 = 0.
Yeah.
It's just, that's just what it is. He is.
Yeah.
Not even putting a nothing to it or anything to it. It just is.
But zero means isn't, right?
Right. Yeah. That's
so maybe he should have said 1, because God in the Bible as I told you, I texted you. Right. I texted him this information, Lin Yan Chin, and anybody who's following along. I said the Bible knower in me, the
right.
Bible knower.
I thought that was cool. Bible knower
in me says it's more like God is 1, and we are. Maybe 0. Maybe we're the zeros.
We're the zeros. The nothing. Yeah. I see it. I get that too.
And then maybe we're supposed to become one. Because we are divided
Yeah.
and a mess. Trying to serve two masters and all
Mm-hmm.
kinds of crap. Sorry, kids. Don't say that. So I think it's less. It feels less sacrilegious to call him one rather than zero.
Or nothing.
Zero the hero. Nothing, yeah.
And that's what I think. What I was trying to get away from initially. I was like, hold on, I know what he's saying. I'm like, yeah. Why would I say nothing?
Right.
But, that's what I say. I get the point. I understand
yeah.
exactly where he's coming from with that.
Yeah.
So I can't deny it. But I'm still on the getting outside of the numerical portion of it, and just say is that.
Yeah.
Whatever. Not zero, not one, not -1. It's just he is.
Fair enough. Yeah. Lin Yan Chin gave another couple of super chats today. Those were from a couple of days ago. In anticipation of Hake and Bigg Bump, he says, every image-chasing hype sucker pretends to converse, but only seek to subvert, as communication is never their aim. Merely subjugation to the hype of proving themselves better than the honest person trying to converse. Josh Smith, he says, is one of those. And I don't know who he's referring to. Hopefully that wasn't a fellow listener of the Hake Report whom he's bashing. You know that name?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Maybe it's a star. I have no idea. If it's a public figure, I don't have a problem, I guess. But yeah, very interesting point. I agree, man. I agree. Did you follow what he was saying?
I missed that. I was with it, but then
Yeah. It's just basically egos battling.
Oh, okay.
Rather than communicating, they're trying to prove themselves.
Right. That's two devils fighting with each other.
Yeah.
It doesn't go anywhere.
Yep.
Yeah.
Racism, he says, quote unquote, is a misnomer for freedom of expression and freedom of association. Nice. Other people have the God-given right to choose which individuals and groups to grant or refuse associating with. To vilify them as racist is just a trick to dehumanize men, he says. Good point. Yeah, it is a dehumanizing thing. They, because who could be racist? It doesn't even make sense to be racist. Except when you say stuff, when you describe something as being racist, and a lot of times, like, that sounds like it makes sense.
Right. It's that stereotypes are, based in reality.
Right.
And the truth.
Yeah.
So, again, people get caught up in the racism type thing, and they live by it, and they'll die by that too.
True. Yeah. Evil is Still Real says, can we get some more discussion between Art and Bigg Bump on the 1 + 1 = 0 theory? Sounds very interesting. Might even be more profound than flat Earth. Do you mean Art? Or do you mean Lin Yan Chin? That was from Evil is Still Real on Rumble. But thank you. I don't know. I think that was just a smart remark. It doesn't, unless you have something to follow up with.
Well, he threw me off when he said Art.
I know.
1 + 1 = 0. So I'm not 100% sure what he meant by that.
Yeah. But thank you, man. Based America First bought 2 coffees. And then we'll get back to calls. Based America First says, is Commie Labor Day good timing to roll out the Commie Department of Labor and Commie Department of Labor statistics lies? Job numbers reported in May, 209,000. Revised downward in June, 185,000. Whoa. And again in July, 105,000. What? Wow. Cut in like half. Every data point in the Joe Obama administration has been revised sharply lower in subsequent months in a coordinated effort to make the economy initially appear strong, then quietly revise it away when nobody is looking. Whoa. Is that true? Base America First doesn't just make up stuff.
Just make up things, yeah.
Industrial production expected plus 0.3%, okay? Revised lower to negative 0.8%. Whoa. Manufacturing production is expected to plus 0.5%, revised lower to negative 0.5%. So in other words, it's a whole 1% negative from what they're predicting. Capital utilization expected 79.1%, revised lower to 78.6%. The 3-month drop in job openings was 1.5 million, the second highest on record, surpassed only by the economic shutdown during China virus. September 1st jobs report isn't any better. 1.2 million U.S.-born workers lost their jobs and were replaced with 668,000 foreign-born workers. Crazy.
Yeah.
Thanks for the grim numbers. Based America first. I think today was as good a day of any to put out the communist lies.
Yeah,
because they
definitely.
do love lying.
Yeah. I was going to say about when you said how you say they retract the numbers. It's like in the news they'll bring out a big story, then a day or two later the retraction is in the very back of
I
it.
know.
You know, you never
bottom of
know.
the article.
Yeah, the bottom of the article and the very last page, and no one ever sees it. You know,
Yeah.
that they found out that the truth of the numbers or the situation is not what it actually is or was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The more outrageous the tweet, the tweeted info,
Yeah.
the more interaction it gets.
Oh, yeah.
And then the correction never gets that much.
Right. Yeah. Never.
Yeah.
It's lost.
Yep. Crazy.
Yeah.
Terrible. That's the poison of gossip and saying and speculation.
Mm-hmm.
So shameful. Okay, let's get to John in Kentucky. He has a call that I want to get to. John in Kentucky. Kentucky John, you're live with Hake and Bigg Bump. Go ahead.
Yeah, man, I want to talk to Bigg Bump, man.
Hey, what's up, John? How you doing, man?
Bigg Bump, how'd you let them boys brainwash you into thinking the way you think, man?
Nobody did anything, man.
Did you always think this way?
It's been a while.
So you're 44. When did you start to think like a 25-year-old white man?
I never thought like a 25-year-old white man.
I mean, you do now because it's like you agree with everything Hake says.
What do tell me one thing that I agree with Hake on, which is cool.
I mean,
if I do.
I mean,
but I'm
anything.
42. I'm not 25.
Right.
Well, I don't care.
All right.
But
Just
earlier,
correcting the record.
Earlier, Hake was talking about the Asian, the black girl, and the white guy. He was running through his stereotypical thinking on who's the smartest, who's the dumbest, and all that stuff.
She looked Hispanic to me, but okay. Maybe
Yeah,
just
she wasn't
so
black. She was
happens-
mixed. She had something in her, for sure.
Last name was Jones. Last name was Jones,
Okay.
by the way.
That's fine.
But
Let's see.
he said the white guy looks the smartest, and you just agree with him all the time.
Out of those three? Yeah.
Do you ever disagree with anything he says? Those little comments, those little racial comments. Do you ever disagree with any of those?
She might be
ever?
black.
You think so? I think she's mixed.
Yeah, light-skinned black.
Yeah.
J.J. Jones.
Light skin. But he has to put us in categories. Light.
I totally thought that she. I
dark skin.
had no idea. You know, I did notice J.J. Jones. I'm like, huh.
I thought it said G Jones.
But listen.
Yeah,
The
go ahead,
question
man.
is,
Go ahead. My fault.
those little racial comments that Hake makes all the time, do you ever disagree with any of those? Or do you just automatically say, yeah, yeah? Because that's what you do.
But what was wrong with me saying that though? Why is that a big deal that I say, yeah,
Because how does that guy look the smartest because he's white?
What if I say I knew people similar to that though?
I know he has the look. It's not just that he's white. He's white, skinny, tall. His hair and dress. Show Hassan, show this picture
like,
again for these people.
Don't lie.
He looks
now.
like he looked like he snort cocaine.
No, he doesn't.
That
Stop
guy.
it. Hunter
good.
Biden
Even
looks like
if-
it, but not that guy.
Even if he did that, he's still clean cut enough and young enough to still be smart. Which
And he's
CalTech.
wearing girl shorts. They come up like mid-thigh.
That's how the young whippersnappers wear them now.
That's gay. That's gay to me.
No, it's not. Oh, to you it is, but
Yeah.
to him, it's just
Yeah.
the style of these younger guys. That's what makes him look smart too, because those young
And then
skinny guys. Look how skinny the guy is. And then that gal,
the
she
smart-
is black, I think. She is part black anyway.
Yeah.
I
Well,
think
the
you were right.
Asian
I
is
had
more
no
than
idea
likely.
she was black. I was not stereotyping her based on black. I was stereotyping her based on
Yeah.
Hispanic gals whom I knew when I was in school.
I didn't even look at her if she was
It
black
comes
either.
natural. It comes natural for you, Hake. You don't have to try.
Doesn't he
It
look
just
like
comes natural.
Doesn't he look smart? He looks like probably smarter than the Asian gal. Let's show the Asian.
Mm,
So who do you
How
think,
can you base
John?
it
Who
on
do you
what
think is
somebody
the smartest
wears?
out
I
of
don't
those
understand.
three? Who do
Well-
you think is the smartest out of those three?
who do I think the smartest out of the three?
Yeah.
The Asian girl.
Oh. Yeah.
See, you're profiling too. That's
Why?
racial.
Yeah. Because she's
Only
Asian.
because she's Asian.
Exactly. So what's the difference?
Because you, as a black man, thinks the white man is smarter because he's white.
Not because he's
That's
white.
why.
Look at the whole. Look
at
at the whole
him.
big picture.
When I
Dude
see
is
him,
tall,
I honestly
skinny.
listen.
Okay, go ahead.
When I see him, I honestly see one of those powder heads. Like I honestly see those guys.
I could believe.
So-
I could believe that you honestly think that.
A lot of guys that look like those college type guys
Yeah.
who go on to have successful careers. That's what they do in college, man. They
Some of them might.
get by with the Adderall and the pills, the cocaine, all that stuff, man. That's the truth.
Well, I don't
That
know.
is honestly not true.
We talked about how a lot of the people who get all caught up in education use the drugs to help them do that stuff. So I'm not saying that these guys. I'm not saying anything about their character. I have no idea.
Well-
You're speculating on it. I don't hold that against
Well, let me
you.
talk to Bigg Bump.
Let me
Go ahead.
Let me say
Taking up
something
all-
real quick.
Yeah, yeah.
Real quick. Can you give me another like a controversial something that I agree with? That's not
I'm talking about
just looking at them.
Listen, I'm talking about the sly comments, man. I can't just off the top think about the millions and millions of sly comments that Hake makes about race. I'm just saying, when did you start thinking like that to agree with him on all of this little stuff?
I mean,
It
I'm
ain't
not.
that serious.
I can see things. I can see how things
Well, the
are.
next time you come on, I'll be sure to keep notes and give you a list. But I got another question.
I didn't even entirely disagree with your little sly comments about the whites.
Sly comments about the whites. I got a question, man. Bigg Bump, you don't have to answer, but are you married to a white woman?
No.
You're not? Okay. I'm always curious, the people who think like y'all, the black people who think like y'all, like,
No.
I said he had to be married to a white woman.
No. I'm not one of those
That's what's-
that'll say one thing, do something different.
Is she black?
Yeah.
Okay, good, man. Good job.
She's light skinned,
Good
but she's
job.
black.
This is so funny. This is
Is she mixed?
I don't know. She doesn't know her father.
Oh, you don't know your wife.
Huh? She doesn't
You
know her
don't know
father.
your wife.
if she doesn't
Well,
know
that's
her
good, man.
father, that's proof that she's black.
Hey, you on the right track if you're married to a black woman, man. You on the right track. So
Well, that's
I'm
not why
gonna
I'm on the
take that
right
down.
track, though.
We're done with that.
That doesn't
you
make
gotta
it
get
on the
Hake.
right track.
You gotta get Hake a woman, man.
Caller is profiling 100, says King of Hueco Mundo. You know what's funny is that some of the most radical blacks are married to
Exactly.
white women,
Exactly.
and it's kind of like you get these calls. Like I got this call last week and I rejected it. This guy said, "Hey, you hate women. You must be gay." The gays are all into kissing up to women. The gays
Yeah.
don't talk about women the way that real people talk real truth about how women are. Same thing with the
Yeah.
blacks who talk about blacks,
Yeah.
about the
They
reality
ain't talking
of
about.
blacks.
They ain't talking about hate women like that. Hate. They're talking about hate women and being attracted to them. That's what they're talking about.
Whatever. Well,
'Cause
thank
I've
you,
thought it
John.
before myself. All right, man. Y'all
All right.
have a good one.
You
You too, man.
John in Kentucky. I wonder if he had the day off for so-called Labor Day. Labor Day doesn't make any sense.
At all. Right? Yeah. Should be the one day you have to go to work.
Exactly. Shameful. We got to get to more of these things. Brandon Johnson, Chicago. Speaking of
I
black,
forgot about that guy. Yeah.
he not to be confused with not my graduate, I guess he's a graduate as well. My moderator, retired moderator, Brandon Johnson's the mayor of Chicago, and he's even worse than the lesbian, I think.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. And I don't know if she made any real statements against the crime like that, but it seems like he's, not even pointing in the direction of the criminals, of the people that are doing this mess in the city. She gave more lip service, of trying to do. It seems like she's trying to go after something at one time, but of course she wasn't. But
Lori Lightfoot.
Lori Lightfoot, right.
She had trouble taking responsibility, though.
Yeah, she
kept
did
on,
make those.
I feel like I remember her saying, "You're pushing propaganda," or "You're," something like that, something along those lines.
Yeah, she still didn't get away. She still had her mess with that also. But there's really no difference. It's like he's accelerating and coddling the people, the criminals.
Yeah,
in
the black
city.
victimhood.
Yeah, and with this specifically, let me see, what is the article?
It's a Washington Examiner article. Brandon Johnson, Chicago. Brandon Johnson excuses criminals and blames cars for car thefts. It's an article by, I think it's an op-ed sort of thing by Zachary Faria, but he presents some facts.
Right.
Out August 25th. Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson finally figured out who is behind the city's crime problem. No, it's not the criminals who are committing the crimes. It's your car manufacturer. Chicago filed a lawsuit against Kia and Hyundai. They're suing them because their cars are being disproportionately stolen compared to other cars. Thanks to help from a trend on the Chinese Communist Party affiliated TikTok, criminals have learned that Kia and Hyundai vehicles, Hyundai?
It's supposed to be like Sunday, I guess. Hyundai.
Okay.
That's what I've heard. But anyway, yeah.
Are rather easy to steal. The two companies combined for a $200 million settlement for affected drivers earlier this year in Chicago, like New York City and Baltimore, once in on the action. So their cars are getting stolen, and the people are suffering from the lax on crime policies of these liberal cities, crime-friendly liberal cities, basically. And then the cities want to make money off of it.
Yeah.
Are they going to give it to the people whose cars get stolen? These people who are living in these areas and their cars get stolen?
They're not even, from what I read in this article, that I can't remember where it was, that they just wanted them to fix the problem. The settlement would be to make Kia, Hyundai fix the problem and give the
make
lawyers,
it harder to steal again.
Well, yeah, make it harder to steal, but give the lawyers their pay, their due.
Yeah.
But nothing going to the individuals.
Okay.
Anywhere else. So
people learn how to steal a car on TikTok, huh?
Think if TikTok wasn't around, some of these cars would still be stolen. But whatever.
Yeah.
Just take a wild guess at that one. Anything. It's something that came to mind with this one is I've heard mothers, and I'm taking it as the mother mentality, the mom mentality, that they're let them handle their child if they do wrong, but you don't. No one else can say anything or do anything.
Yeah.
So that's how I've seen this. Is it's not the child's problem. It's not the kid's issue. Meaning the criminals, the ones doing everything. That I'm gonna coddle them and go after something, else, a different aspect of what's really happening.
That's like the mama spirit type of thing.
Yeah.
Where she'll take the side of the bad kid.
Yeah.
and then go after the person who's clamping down on the
Yeah,
bad kid,
right.
the cop,
Yeah.
the or the
Apartment
person
manager.
yeah,
With the girl, with the little boy jumping in the swimming pool.
Oh,
It was a story.
Oh,
that
yeah,
I
yeah,
seen.
JLP covered.
Yeah, right. Yeah, like the mother wasn't. She was mad at the
the
lady.
bad
Yeah.
kids were swimming in the pool where there shouldn't be, and then the white female apartment or pool manager, whatever,
Right.
she yelled at them. She might have cussed or said the N word or
Said
something.
something and popped him or threw something at him. Also, yeah.
Yeah, and she got mad.
Yeah. Right.
And so, like, you act out a little bit, but you're patriotic in your anger, like January 6ers. You're doing wrong. Anger is wrong, but it's trying to do the right thing. Don't be trying to do the right thing and be doing wrong. You have to be doing all the way wrong, like a criminal and liberal, pro-Obama, socialist. And then you can get Antifa and be against the whites. Hate the whites.
Yeah.
And then they'll take your side.
Right. Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
they're
that's
against
it.
racism.
Yeah.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah. It just that knowing that not even, and I don't know if I've even seen him crack down on any of that.
And Kia and Hyundai are like cheaper cars. Are they not? Or they used to be?
They used to be. I'll
Yeah.
say that. They've been making decent cars. They are affordable.
They're
but
still
they
less expensive.
Yeah, they're still less expensive. But they have some nice vehicles that they've been working on.
Are those the ones getting stolen? Or is it the cheaper end?
I think I don't know. But
Okay.
I think it probably would be the leaser.
Right.
They tend to not put that much technology in it, But even the higher end ones, you can get a base model of something and it's not going to have certain technology to it.
Right.
But it doesn't just no sense is coming. No, there's no good coming out of not going after the real issue.
I know.
Of that.
Yeah, that's true. He says, this is Brandon Johnson in a statement, I guess. The impact of car theft on Chicago residents can be deeply destabilizing, particularly for low to middle income workers, he calls them, who have few options for getting to work and taking care of the families. The failure of Kia and Hyundai, I'm pronouncing it different each time just to cover my bases, to install basic auto theft prevention technology in these models is sheer negligence. And as a result, a citywide and nationwide crime spree around automobile theft has been unfolding right before our eyes. This is funny because they're talking about the disproportionate and irresponsibility. His type are responsible for most of the crime.
Right.
Are we going to sue these cities or sue the black? You can't really sue the blacks. Can you? For disproportionate violent crime and theft?
There you go, John. I'm laughing at that. I agree.
Are we going to sue the city of Chicago for disproportionate crime and leaving Chicago has been known to be corrupt since I ever heard about Chicago.
Yeah, right.
Before I was born.
Yeah.
And maybe worse to this day than ever. Mm-hmm. Because they've put blacks and socialists in charge. Obama was there.
Right.
It was known to be corrupt when Obama was coming on the scene.
Right.
And
I'll say even, back with the mob type things,
right.
The difference I can see is that there was some kind of structure.
Orderly.
It
was organized.
It was organized. I get the gang thing. I understand the different levels of, seniority, if you will, in the gang life, but it's still not structured back in the 20s, 30s, the mafia, whoever, Siegel, whoever, people like that. So it's totally different. And then, of course, back then, I'll go to the family structure.
Right.
There were families,
Yep.
So now,
And there's no
it's just-
focus on that at all.
No,
Even
no.
among the Republicans.
Right.
Like, I heard Vivek Ramaswamy
Mm-hmm.
gave what I probably call lip service to fatherlessness, probably because of Larry Elder bringing that.
Yeah.
Like,
Right,
when
gotcha.
he spoke on the Breakfast Club and
Yeah.
said that's why he's running.
Right.
I haven't
Just to
followed
bring
his
that.
campaign that closely, but he said that that's why he's running, is because nobody else is talking about
Right.
this.
I think that I heard that as well. That's his goal.
Yeah.
Is to bring that.
He's
up.
like he's running as a pro-Trump Republican just to, but to get that aspect of the message out, because even Trump is
Right.
not really talking about that.
Yeah. Right. I don't know if I've really heard him even mention that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember Obama paid lip service every now and then, but it wasn't ever for real families. He was for birth control and
Right.
sex out of wedlock and,
Right.
and LGBTQ stuff. He wasn't for morality,
Right. Yeah.
or real family, or
Right.
being a man.
No, agree. Yeah.
He was for victimhood and
Yeah.
crime
They-
racism.
The constant.
Yeah.
You know that always, you know, like you hear Tony calling in with that,
Yep.
John trying to allude to it,
Yeah.
and I think more John's more sensible than Tony to me.
Yeah.
Tony's just entertaining,
True.
but yeah, that mama spirit that he has. Because another thing, I had sent it to you, but this was a while ago. I guess the stats came out about it that the highest carjackings or automobile theft, whatever you want to call it, this a couple months ago was the highest ever in Chicago. It rose to 126%
Whoa.
of what it was, I guess, the previous year, and I guess that was the highest it had ever been. And it leads to this of, you know, it's out of control. Even though they're just focusing on 2 vehicles,
Yeah.
I know of other vehicles that are can easily be taken. I don't own it now. I own 2 recently. They were brand new, and it takes to get in the car and to pull a certain part of the vehicle inside, and you can have the car.
Whoa.
Yeah, so it's just to go after those 2. Yeah, they're probably in the neighborhood, in the hood. Those are the easiest 2, but the cars I had.
And you don't want to say what it is so that I can put it on my TikTok and promote it for people to
Right.
steal it. The blacks who listen to Hake to steal it. No, blacks who listen
Yeah.
to Hake don't steal. That I know of.
Like the
Don't steal,
schizophrenic
kids.
people, like in the Schizophrenia NYC. Yeah.
Or they stopped. There are people who listen to JLP and Hake who stopped that life.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because once you get into it, then it becomes like you've crossed that line, so it's easier to keep on crossing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
like with anything.
Yeah. Yeah. It takes you have to see something to get away from it.
Right.
Because, yeah. Like you say, it's easy once you do it. You know, there's a point where it's almost like no return.
I know.
You know? But I'm not gonna say
I
everyone
heard
is that way.
I heard that Atlanta, the car thieving was out of control. So it's Atlanta, black area.
Yeah.
Chicago, black area. I know that the Hispanics
Guarantee.
steal cars too. I know.
Yeah.
I'm sure even Asians do,
Yeah.
and whites.
I know my neighbor, he in front of our spot, they were underneath his car one day. He had a Prius. They were underneath his car
yeah.
taking his, catalytic converter. And
That's common around here.
yeah, it is. They didn't take it that time. And they said it was a cartel. That's what the police said.
Wow.
But they did take him while he was at the mall one day.
So it's a Hispanic cartel,
Yeah.
Mexican cartel.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they took it from when he was at the mall.
Yeah.
They'll take tailgates of any
Yeah.
truck.
Right.
You have to
Oh,
put
yeah.
like a zip tie or something to not a zip tie. Not a
would
zip
say,
tie, but the other kind. This is like metal.
Right. Yeah. I was gonna say more chain. I've seen people with chains on them, but yeah, you have to have something, because they will take it, and you'll know who took what or who's been taken from, because you'll see the tailgate is
It's
a whole
gone.
different. It's gone, or it's a whole different color.
Oh yeah, terrible.
Right.
Man. Speaking of cars, let's get to this real quick before we get to back to calls. The Altima story.
That's a good segue.
Yeah. B-A-E. Bay. Big Altima Energy. What is that?
I
I have
just
some pictures of this. This is funny.
I just came across this.
Okay.
I'd never heard of this.
Yeah.
And it's like a phenomenon.
But it's so true. It makes so
Yeah.
much sense. I've known people with Altimas, Nissan Altimas.
I get off the freeway. I'm on
Uh-huh.
La Cienega, and I see an Altima banged up. And I look. I'm like,
It's a type
"Oh,
of
man."
person. A lot of times they're Hispanic, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's my wife and I joke
Yep.
that you see the
a
Altima,
Mexican car.
you know exactly who it is.
Mexican
Yeah.
family person
Yeah,
cars
yeah.
sometimes.
No doubt about it.
Do you see those in the folder, Hassan? It's from the Daily Mail. Is this America's worst driven car? Clips of Nissan Altimas cutting up traffic and crashing, with their drivers also regularly seen brawling. I haven't seen that, thankfully.
Oh yeah.
Inspire Big Altima Energy memes. Social media has been flooded with hilarious, shocking scenes of motorists exhibiting so-called Big Altima Energy. The trend is seeing Nissan Altimas become the punchline of memes. The B-A-E, Bay. Bay, right? For babe?
I
Is
guess.
is that
Yeah. That's
Bay
what they
stands
say.
for?
Yeah. The Bay.
Base. Oh, like
They
woke
say-
Bay. That's what Hassan Piker, the communist,
Oh,
was.
right, that's what he was, yeah,
Like a tall,
yeah.
Chad,
Right.
handsome guy.
Right.
But they called him Woke Bay.
Woke Bay. I remember hearing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's like communist and dumb. But it's a pretty boy. The Bay craze, Big Altima Energy follows in the footsteps of the internet phenomenon like Karens showing bizarre everyday interactions. So look at all these banged up Altimas. You know, in the times of car thievery, this could be a benefit because most people probably won't want to break into that. I mean, you can just right there because it just has. Well, this one you
That
can't
sounds funny.
because the windows are intact, but some of the windows were gone
Right.
and they just have cardboard
Cardboard.
or
Yeah.
trash bags. Man, look, that's terrible.
So it's from what
That's rear-ended. That's not his fault, or is it? Maybe might be.
it's his fault because he's still on the freeway
Yeah,
right
true.
next to it.
People jumping
See,
on
that's
these
the violent part. Like there's a motion to it, like a video for it,
Oh,
where
okay.
that person pulls off, and like there's someone on that other car side of the driver's side that I think they run him
They
over.
hit
or
a
something.
person?
Yeah, they hit someone. Yeah.
See, that's crazy. I don't see how people. I mean, I don't understand how people have the nerve to run over a human being.
Yeah.
It feels like you would be disturbed after you did that.
Yeah. It seems.
It's
I ran over a
I didn't
cat
wanna
one
see it.
time, and I
Oh,
seen the cat
man.
flail around,
Mhm.
and I don't know if I tried to avoid it or not, but I just
Yeah.
looked back in
You're
the
not
rearview
supposed to.
mirror. Right. Yeah, because that'll cause something.
you're not
totally
supposed to
bigger.
swerve. You're not supposed to brake.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Full throttle. But yeah, so for a human being, that's
Yeah.
just even
It's terrible.
fathom that would be.
I'm glad I didn't get the video then.
Right.
Because I don't like to even see that. You see that stuff on Twitter a lot. People
Mm-hmm.
will, they're doing it in Atlanta. Like some truck ran over a person and
Yeah.
this cop like ran into the
Yeah,
truck.
right.
And like arrested the heck out of that guy.
Yeah. I remember seeing it. He was like doing donuts, and he ran over someone, and yeah, the cop car just slammed right into him and yanked the guy out.
Are these Altimas doing the skidding, peeling out and spinning in circles, donuts too?
They are. Yeah,
Okay.
they're doing all types of
those
stuff.
are blacks,
Yeah.
I think, around here anyway. I've seen them. They're black. But I know that Hispanics and Asians
Yeah,
are
they
into
all
that
do it.
rice racing
Yeah.
thing too.
There's a spot near where I live where by Trader Joe's, and it's open, and you can see the tire marks. You
Yeah.
can hear them also when they
And
do
then
it.
it stinks.
Yeah,
It smells.
Yeah. It's a nice smell. I like.
You
I'm
like
a
burnt rubber?
car. I don't like it, but it's like a nostalgic.
Okay.
I know what's going on when I
Right.
smell it, but I prefer to smell it from Irwindale. But
Okay. Yeah. Makes sense.
not around my
The
neighborhood.
Speedway.
Yeah. But yeah, so this Big Alta Energy they've even named it. It goes past the Altima, so almost like any car can be, can have that BAE.
Right. I sort of have that. I don't have too much visible damage from car accidents, but my car has skin cancer.
Does it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like
okay.
I don't.
Yeah, I have seen. Yeah.
It needs paint, but I'm not going to paint it because all these car break-ins.
Yeah.
I feel like it would make it an attraction.
Yeah. True.
I feel like somebody will pass it by more likely, maybe.
Yeah.
Than to break into it if it were to be all new looking.
Yeah, nicey and clean and or new paint.
So I can sympathize with this big Altima Energy. That's just. I do feel odd though sometimes because I go to nice places sometimes, like a nice parking lot or a nice neighborhood, and my car looks like trash. So I wonder how the neighbors feel about it. Hake's beat up car. It's terrible.
Oh man.
Oh, and people I'll park right up close to somebody if like I don't have a choice. I'm kind of in the red.
Got you.
And if they key it, I won't even notice. I think my car's been keyed and I haven't noticed. Terrible. They just scratch. They just maliciously scratch a big long scratch with their key. Terrible.
No. Yeah. Yeah. So that goes across all type of vehicles. I even checked on their Facebook page. I don't know if you look through their Facebook page they have for it, and it's it's a mess. It's there was one where the guy is hanging out the car. There's no car doors at all. He's like on the freeway or something.
Wow.
He's like driving 50, 60 miles an hour, and it's just it's careless.
It is sort of a sign of the decline.
Yeah.
Because I have always respected the people who wash their car every week or two.
Right.
They do it themselves oftentimes. Sometimes they take it through. Mm-hmm. They're responsible. They take care of it. If they get it dinged, they will fix it or get it fixed and take care of their lawn, mow their lawn. Mm-hmm. Because people used to wear suits all the time. Now people say that the Jews came up with the Levi Strauss. The jeans came from the Jews. But I respect cleanliness and order. Mm-hmm. But now, that's not being rewarded. That's being punished because you get your house broken into. Mm-hmm. You get assaulted.
Right.
You get your jewelry stolen, although you shouldn't wear jewelry. But all that stuff, it's just decline of society. Mm-hmm. It's terrible.
Yeah, it's a direct correlation. You just see it. It's the same. It's looks.
And
looks
if they don't care, if they don't care if they get dented, then they don't care about your car
an
either.
honor. It's a badge.
Yeah,
their car gets dinged
That's
up
not a good sign.
Yours. Yeah, hey, the more the car's messed up, the better. That's the real energy.
That means your car could fall victim, and you put a certain level of pride in the proper amount of pride in your stuff. That's not good.
Right.
They're just going to spread evil.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like no holds barred. It's whatever. It is, like you say, society is whatever, Let's do the lesbian thing. Let's do this.
Let's be schizophrenic and make money off of it.
and show
and
the
look
world.
like a mess. Terrible.
Let's do all this, but it's a decline. It's definitely a decline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Jeff in Louisiana has a comment on Tony's call from this morning. Jeff, you're live with Hake and Bigg Bump. Thanks for calling, man, and thanks for holding.
Yeah, man, I just want to tell you, Tony inspired me over the last couple of years listening to him whine on your show. I want to start GoFundMe for him. To move him to buy him a house in Africa, to move him back there, let him be happy. He can sell his business. He's in a racist country where he owns several businesses, apparently. Doesn't work because he spends all day calling your show, Nick's show, and JP's show, whining about racism as a black man in America. So let's just take a donation, move him to Africa, and let him be happy.
What's funny is he's not even suffering from this imaginary racism that he says blacks suffered the most from.
That was my point, being a smart ass. because he's a black man in America, and according to every time he calls in his show,
Yeah.
he owns 3 or 4 businesses.
Mm-hmm.
And I know he's there from 5 hours a day to call your show, JLP's show, and Nick's show,
Yeah.
complaining about the same crap over and over again. So let's just move back to Africa and let him live in the mud hut when this slave over there.
He loves it here, though. I
Yeah.
think he loves it here. He loves to complain here. He's got his multiple businesses going, according to him, which I believe him. Do you believe him?
I believe him.
I have no reason not
I
to
take
believe
him
him.
at his word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no reason not to believe him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get what you're
Well,
saying, Jeff.
I do.
I'm with you on hey, if you don't like it, leave.
Yep.
You make a big stink
Well,
about it.
he should have. I mean, he got to have something if he can sit here and call it show all day long, every day of the week, and
Yeah.
complain about the same stuff over and over and over again.
That's a fact, man.
Well, man, that's all I'm going to say, man. I ain't going to hold you up. You have a good one.
You too, Jeff. Appreciate you, man. Jeff in Louisiana. A few more super chats. By the way, we have Joel Friday TV. Gonna be doing a special Joel Friday TV on Monday. Everybody loves Mondays, especially the communist holiday. Carver bought a coffee celebrating Socialist Day by redistributing some coffee. Shout out to Bigg Bump for co-hosting. Indeed.
Nice.
Thank you, Carver, and thank you, Bigg Bump.
Right.
Big_Bump, BIGG_BUMP on Twitter and IG. Bigg Bump on YouTube and other places. Links are in the description, at least of the YouTube video. Evil is Still Real on Rumble says, I just wanted to get Art's opinion on 1 + 1 = 0 because we can tell he is super smart and stuff. Hey. You know what I'm saying? I mean, his name Art even rhymes with smart. Artie Art too smart. Nice. Yeah, that's good advice. Good advice to, well, he didn't give him any advice. But be aware of your issues. I think I stutter more than I realize. Do I stutter on my show? I know that Art says
Right.
Different people have different habits.
Right.
Nervous habits or unconscious habits. And it's good to be aware of those things so that you can overcome them. Thank you guys for those super chats. I think we do have time for at least one more story. Call of Duty.
Another thing. Yeah.
What's the story on this one?
This is
Call of Duty is a video game, right?
Right. Yeah. Which company is Call of Duty? Activision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Activision was from the good old days.
Yeah. Right.
Like wasn't Pitfall and Pac-Man? Was Pac-Man Activision?
Pac-Man. I could see the name.
These
on
Atari
Pac-Man.
games
Yeah.
that we played from the
Yeah.
80s.
Right.
Did you ever play Atari? Or
Yes,
ColecoVision?
but I played Atari just a little bit.
Yeah.
And then my parents bought me the Nintendo when it
Nice.
first came out. So
Dang.
yeah.
A lot of my friends got Nintendo as kids too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I got because there was down the street. My dad and I would go to it was a little, I'll say liquor store or whatnot, and in there they had the Super Mario game with the duck hunt, and I would play it, and I guess he seen I liked it so much that
Nice.
I got it.
Duck Hunt is fun, man.
Yeah. That was a cool game. So cool.
Dog laughing at you when you miss. You're not supposed to miss. The clay things or the ducks. The ducks were fun.
Yeah. But yeah, so I did. That was my first
Nice.
system was a
Cool.
Nintendo. Yeah. So this is it's an article from RT.
Russia Today.
Russia Today. Yeah. Call of Duty to snoop on players for hate speech.
They're gonna snoop. So that means like,
Yeah.
like spy on you
Big brother you. Yeah.
for quote unquote hate speech. I like how RT puts it in quotes.
Yeah.
Nobody else put it in quotes that I know of because all the liberal media believe in this
Yes.
fake idea called
Right.
hate speech.
Right.
The best-selling and Call of Duty's been around for decades.
Yeah. I don't even know which volume they're on now. They have so
Yeah.
many. You know,
It's like a war type of video game.
right? Which for them to,
And that's when you're supposed to do your hate
exactly.
speech in
That's
war.
the point. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Ooh,
That's how these people survived.
that's exactly it. You know, for them to try to go after something like that in this type of environment. You know,
Yeah.
over the game being specifically based on war.
Right.
What else are you? What do you think?
Is calling is calling Nazis scum. Is that hate speech? Because sometimes Call of Duty killed Nazis, right? Maybe.
I
Maybe
think
not.
they have that era, like a
Historical
30
version.
or 40. Yeah.
But
yeah.
for the most part, it was like Black Ops, or I feel like there was like Iraq, Afghanistan. Was that a Call of Duty ever set in those?
In the Middle East, for sure.
Okay.
They did have Call of Duty, like, based in the Middle East. I've never played these games. I
Me
stopped
neither.
playing any type of game, like, in 07. I haven't had a system
Right.
since then.
Yeah.
But I do, culturally, I know about them.
Yeah.
But I think they have, like, a offset of it being in the 30s or 40s.
Okay.
World War II type era.
Yeah.
But, yeah, they typically do it throughout the years, so whatever's
Okay.
going on, if I'm
Yeah.
not mistaken. Yeah. Yeah. It's just weird that they would go after that in this type of situation.
They're going to use AI to do it, artificial intelligence,
Yeah.
to listen in on the voice chat. Oh, so it's just not just the typing chat, the voice
Your
chat.
actual microphone, yeah.
Call of Duty players and punish anyone using quote unquote hate speech or discriminatory language.
Yeah.
Wow.
They're gonna
I wonder if Call of Duty's AI would punish the Hake report.
It
For the
depending
hate
on how many
reports.
times you say disavow. They may,
Yeah, I know.
They may give you a credit score, of approval with as much as you disavow. So,
Yeah. The feature was rolled out Wednesday of, I guess, last week.
yeah.
September 1st was Friday, right? Mm-hmm. For U.S., that's when this came out, this article.
Right.
U.S. players of Call of Duty's Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone titles launched globally, blah, 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 November 10th. In a statement, Activision said they will use a machine learning tool to identify in real time and enforce against toxic speech. Those video game companies
Yeah.
are antagonistic toward the players.
Yes.
Just like, because they're kissing up to the video game journalism, kind of like sports journalism, and scares the sports companies to be kissing up to the SJWs.
Yeah.
Because sports journalists, bunch of liberals.
Yes.
For the most part.
Yeah. Right.
Same thing with video
It's no
game.
different.
Video game hates the player. Video game companies kiss up to the media to hate the players.
Good
What a
point.
shame.
Yeah. 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 It is a shame. Yeah.
You ever heard of Gamergate?
Yeah. I kept hearing about it, and I kind of knew what was going on. And then
I read a little bit
bit
about
about
it.
it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay.
It was basically like this feminist woman
Yeah.
who hated the young men playing who were supposedly sexist or something
Yeah.
like that. Because she was trying to be all feminist.
Yeah. Right. Right.
And that just invites,
right.
that's hatred, inviting hatred.
Right. Yeah, because she knows what she's gonna get.
Yeah.
In return. She knew what she was gonna get in return. And, yeah.
And so they're very much against free speech, true speech, or let the people express their hatred speech. They let the blacks express their hatred.
Right. Nonchalant. Whatever. At no cost.
Yeah.
It can. So.
Hate speech, discriminatory language, harassment, and more. Toxic conduct. Purging hate speech from Call of Duty will likely please the U.S. military, reads this article, which reportedly planned on using the game to recruit women and minorities.
Right.
What? While the Pentagon identified Call of Duty as a potentially useful branding and recruiting tool, it canceled the deal to sponsor in-game ads. Oh, and an esports tournament at historically black universities in the U.S. when allegations of sexual harassment within activism surfaced in late 2021, which is funny because so-called sexual harassment is supposedly rampant in the military itself, too. because they're
Yeah.
inviting all these women
Right.
to be in there with the men.
Yeah.
And then there's a bunch of gays too.
Right. Side by side, and what's gonna happen? you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Someone can't handle certain things, and there are, of course, people are evil.
Yeah.
So.
And they're only going to selectively enforce against the evil.
Right. Whatever at that moment, that agenda at the moment.
Yeah.
They're gonna, again, kiss up, suck up, whatever to the, those ABC mafia, whatever, however you want to say it. That's just the alphabet mafia.
Yeah.
No.
Man, you know what? We're out of time. We can't do this NASCAR story because we got to do the closing song and finish
Right
up
on.
for Joel Friday. So, guys, follow Bigg Bump on Twitter and wherever you can.
Right on.
Tune in to Joel Friday TV next. Let's listen to Win Is to Do My Best. Running for the Prize by this. You like this song.
Yeah.
Mary Rice Hopkins. Adios, guys. I got to get out of here. See you later. Take care.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. So good. But let's read the headline at least. NASCAR blasted for blatantly illegal diversity internship program that excludes whites.
That's the way.
Yeah.
That's it. Get them out the way. Let's get the whites out the way. Period.
By hook or by crook.
Yeah, doesn't matter. Yeah. That's what. Again, that was with the CalTech situation.
Yeah.
That's basically what it is.
It never ends.
Yeah, it's ongoing. Sad way to live.
Well, thank you, guys. Don't give up. Don't lose hope. Stick with it. Run your own race. Thanks again, Bigg Bump.
You're welcome. Thank you. I appreciate it, James.
All right.
All right.
Made up my mind. I'll leave all my worries. I'll leave them behind. I got what it takes and I'll run this race straight to the finish line. Win is to do my best and I'm running for the prize. To win is to do my best with Jesus by